In a moment that felt both timeless and symbolic, Catherine, Princess of Wales, captivated the world on Wednesday evening as she arrived at Windsor Castle for one of the most significant royal occasions of the year. Standing beside her husband, Prince William, Catherine embodied grace, diplomacy, and quiet power as the royal family hosted the first state banquet of 2026 in honor of the President and First Lady of Nigeria. From the very first glimpse, all eyes were on Catherine. This marked the princess's first tiara appearance of the year, and she chose a piece deeply associated with her royal journey, the legendary Lover's Knot tiara. Sparkling beneath the grand chandeliers of Windsor Castle, the tiara added an unmistakable sense of regal continuity, once famously worn by Princess Diana and beloved by royal watchers around the globe. But it was Catherine's gown that truly elevated the evening into something unforgettable. Wearing a bespoke creation by Andrew Guillen, the princess appeared in a striking emerald green gown, an intentional and deeply respectful nod to Nigeria's national colors. The high-neck silhouette, paired with dramatic sleeves that gathered elegantly at the cuffs, created a look that was both modern and timeless. It was a masterclass in diplomatic dressing, echoing the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, who was renowned for honoring visiting nations through her wardrobe choices. Catherine's styling remained effortlessly refined. Her hair fell in soft, sculpted waves, while her makeup was delicately applied, enhancing her natural radiance. In a subtle yet touching tribute, she completed her look with earrings that once belonged to the late Queen, adding a quiet layer of history and sentiment to an already powerful appearance. Beside her, Prince William looked equally polished in classic evening wear, reinforcing the couple's growing presence as the future of the monarchy. Together, they projected unity, elegance, and a clear sense of purpose. The evening itself was rich in both tradition and meaningful innovation. Hosted by King Charles and Queen Camilla, the banquet brought together distinguished guests from across British and Nigerian society, including leading figures in science, sport, and the arts. The atmosphere was one of celebration, but also of cultural respect. In a thoughtful gesture reflecting the timing of Ramadan, the palace introduced several changes to tradition. Pre-banquet canapés were adapted for fasting guests, and the signature cocktail of the evening, Crimson Bloom, was entirely non-alcoholic, inspired by the beloved Nigerian Chapman drink. It was a small detail, but one that spoke volumes about the tone of the evening. Inclusive, modern, and globally aware. A particularly warm moment came before dinner, when Catherine shared a light-hearted exchange with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the two were seen clinking glasses, an image that quickly resonated with audiences for its Hajj charm and diplomatic warmth. During the banquet, King Charles delivered a speech that blended humor, respect, and reflection. Switching seamlessly between Yoruba, Pidgin, and English, he paid tribute to Nigeria's profound cultural influence on the United Kingdom, from the global rise of Afrobeats to the storytelling power of Nollywood. His words struck a careful balance between acknowledging shared history and looking ahead to a future built on partnership and mutual respect. At one point, the king was even seen holding back laughter during President Tinubu's remarks, an unscripted moment that added a human touch to the grandeur of the evening. It marked the first official state visit hosted during King Charles's reign, and the first time in nearly a century that a Muslim leader has been honored with such a visit during Ramadan. The last Nigerian state visit dates back to 1989, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, making this occasion not just rare, but deeply significant. Earlier in the day, the Prince and Princess of Wales had formally welcomed the Nigerian President and First Lady, reinforcing their increasingly central role on the global stage. And throughout the evening, Catherine's presence seemed to signal something more than just elegance. It suggested continuity, stability, and a modern vision of monarchy.